This is the introduction to Module 1 Lab, and I am in the Module 1 Lab assignment, which I have gotten to through the modules link, and then clicked on the Module 1 Lab. You'll see that there's 3 files in this assignment, and you can use at least 2 of them. You may or may not use Movie Maker, but to begin this lab, you'll want to start with the Module 1 Lab PDF file. You'll open that up, and it'll have detailed instructions on this particular lab. There's a total of 6 tasks in this lab. You're required to do task 1 and any 3 of the remaining tasks. To get it started, you're going to want to create a folder so that you can save files into this lab. So I'm going to minimize this stuff and go to the desktop, and I've already got one here on this desktop, but to create that folder I went to right click, new folder, and then I named that folder Module 1 Lab. Then you can continue on with your lab, and in the first task there's a couple YouTube videos that you can watch that shows you how to do binary. If you have the textbook, you can also read that section in the textbook on binary. You do not have to have the textbook though to start this lab. If these videos are enough, you can actually Google binary and find other labs out there as well. Once you have that watch those videos, you would open up your binary math file, and you'll see that they have a conversion from decimal to binary and binary to decimal requirement in this lab. Now in the binary to decimal requirement, you can just kind of place those numbers in here. Like the first one is all 4 ones. If I put a 1, 1, 1, 1 in this little cheat chart, then I can add those up. If there's a 1 in that cell, that means that it's worth 8, and then 4 and 2 and 1. So I add these all up, and that adds up to 15, and that's the answer that goes in this first block. And you can do that through with all of those. Now if you have a decimal to binary conversion, to keep it simple, you can actually just use the calculator for that. To get to the calculator, you type in calculator at the search box, and then click on calculator and open that up. Now in this calculator, it may not, by default it's going to probably be on the standard calculator, but up here in this icon, open navigation, you click on that and go to programmer, and then you have a calculator that helps you convert decimal to binary. In this case here, decimal number 41, click on binary to convert it, and this is the binary equivalent that you would put in this block. And you can even test that out by using your chart here and put the binary equivalent up there and add them all up, and you'll see that that adds up to 41. Once you have this completed, you're going to have other tasks to do, and there's going to be some notes that you're going to put down at the bottom of this page. So you want to leave this file open for the remaining tasks. So you follow the steps on the remaining tasks. Now you only have 3 to pick, and then each one of these tasks will have links that you can go to assist you in the task. So you click on those links and you pick the 3 that you would like to do. You can do more, but 3 is all I require for this lab. Once you've finished all the tasks, then what you're going to end up with is several files, and the binary math file in the Module 1 Lab. And I don't have any files in here at this point, but just assume that I do. I come back here to this folder, then I'll expect that you want to compress this folder before you can send it to me. So if you right click on the folder, you actually have an option to send to compressed folder in your Windows system, and it'll create a zipped folder that you will be able to attach to the assignment and send to me, that has all your files that I will need to use to grade your assignment. And speaking of grading your assignment, let me go back into the class here. I have a rubric in your actual assignment that shows what the points that I will give you for each of the areas. Each task in this particular lab happens to be worth 25 points. This same rubric is available to you in the second page of your Module 1 lab PDF file. You'll see that as well. And it would be a good idea to review that rubric to make sure that you've completed the requirements that I'm going to be using for your grade. If you have any questions on this lab, please contact your instructor.